Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and it is time to talk about my reading goals for 2023. So last week I posted a video sharing the 23 goals I hope to accomplish in 2023, but in those goals I didn't include any reading goals. The 23rd goal was complete my reading goals. So as promised, here is a video telling you about the reading goals I have that will hopefully tick off that 23rd lifestyle goal. So there are quite a few of them because every time I see something new, I just want to add it to my reading goals. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 currently, and maybe there will be more. Maybe they will adapt as I go throughout the year, but it's just fun to have goals for one of my favorite hobbies, when you can quantify things, and I love numbers, and so this is just fun little challenges to do, other activities that involve books. So here we go. Here are the reading goals. The first one is to read 100 books. That's a big one for me, and that'll be my Goodreads challenge that I put on my Goodreads account. But every year it has been, well, since I remember actually tracking my books. So I think in 2019 was the year I really started tracking my books, and I think my goal for that year was 50 books. And I just barely reached that goal. So the next year it was also 50 books. Then I bumped it up to 60 books, I think, and now for 2022 my goal was 70 books. I've smashed that out of the park. Almost doubled it. I'm at 124, I think, for the year. And so I think 100 books in 1 year is a great goal for me to try to achieve. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2, I haven't really thought this one out completely, so I might need to flesh it out with you a bit, and maybe think more about it in the future. But this is the Read to Zero challenge, which is to basically read my books on my physical TBR shelves. I have shared all of those books with you. I will link up a playlist up above of all of my physical TBR, but I would love to, and I don't think I'll be able to get it to 0 ever, but I would love to get that number, I want to say below 50. Is that crazy? I don't know, because I don't actually know what it's at right now. So my next goals will help me figure out what actual number that's at and what number I would hopefully like to get to. But I want to do the Read to Zero challenge in that I try to heavily focus on the books on my physical TBR. And I will do that by picking books on my TBR for my TBR game especially. So there are always bright and shiny books coming out at the library. So it'll be difficult, but I really want to try to read the books I already own. Or if I can't read all of the books, possibly unhaul some of the books that I no longer want to read. So that's kind of a twofer. Just get my TBR shelf down either by reading or by unhauling the books. Okay, the third goal, which will help with this numbers part of the Reading to Zero challenge, is to update my Goodreads. I need to update the various shelves I have. My physical TBR shelf, for one. There are books that I've unhauled that are probably still on there. There are books that I have hauled that I haven't put on there. So need to update that. And I also think I want to go through my Goodreads want to read list and narrow that down a bit, because there are 500 plus books on there. And I heard this statistic very recently. If I live for, let's say, 50 more years and I read 100 books a year, that's 5,000 books. 500 books on my Goodreads TBR is 10% of the books I'll read in the rest of my life, which is like, So I want to make sure that my want to read list is full of books that I actually intend to get to. So that'll be a big undertaking, but kind of fun, because I'll get to look at book summaries and decide if I actually want to read them or not. And then maybe actually get some of those books on my TBRs sometime. Okay, next one, which I should have put these in different order, but whatever. This is just my stream of consciousness reading goals here. So the fourth one is to read the books that were lent to me. I have a whole shelf on one of my bookshelves that is dedicated to books that people have given to me saying, hey, read this. but it's their book. They obviously want it back. So I've borrowed them from those people and I need to get them back to those people, but I haven't read the books. I think there's at least 20 of them. I made a video about all of the books that I don't actually own that are on my own TBR. And so I would love to read those books and get the books back to the people who actually own them. So there we go. Oh boy. And they're all books I want to read. So I just got to do it. Okay. That's a part of my read to zero, but a separate goal on its own. Okay. I recently started using the spreadsheet. Now I can't remember her name. A booktuber. I'll link her down below. She created a spreadsheet that how she keeps track of her reads, but also there's like bought books, sold books, and then she has all of these stats that she has compiled for us using that Google Sheet. And so I would like to update that Google spreadsheet with my owned books so that I know all of the books that I actually have on my shelves. And that'll also help me with, have I read them? Have I not? And that'll help me with the Read to Zero challenge. So I want to put all of my books that I own into that online spreadsheet, which I think will be good for me because sometimes, because I'm crazy and have too many books, I'm at a bookstore and I say,
oh, I really want that book.
Wait.
Do I already have it?
And sometimes I don't know because there's no way to check. So I would like to put all my own books into a spreadsheet. That was goal number 5. Now we're on to goal number 6, which is a little bit more fun. I would like to do the Buzzword challenge put on by Books and Lala or Kayla. She does this every year for the past like 3 years. She's done it. Oh, all my papers still out of my bullet journal. Whatever. And I just completed it for the first time this year, and it was really, really fun. Just kind of to get books read from a variety of buzzwords. So just to give you an idea of what those buzzwords are, I'll link her channel down below and her announcement video of all of the buzzwords, but I can just give you a quick little rundown here. For January, you have to read a book with life or death in the title. For February, you have to read a book with a verb in the title. For March, you need the word secret. For April, you need an emotion in the title. For May, you need a flavor. I don't know if you heard that because my dog was shaking her collar. A flavor. You need a flavor in the title. I don't really know what I'm going to do with that, but maybe salt. I know that salt is in quite a few book titles. For June, you need the word other. For July, you need a weather word. So sunny, rainy, cloudy. What other weather words are there? I don't know. Stormy? I don't know. For August, you need a body part in the title. For September, you need a game-ish word in the title, a game word. For October, you need magic words. For November, you need the word good. And for December, you need a sound-related word. Now, some of these are difficult, and I really like to fulfill most of these buzzword prompts with books on my shelves. Again, that'll help my Reading to Zero challenge. But some of them I'm like, do I actually have that kind of a book on my shelves? I don't know. I need to do some looking. Putting all my owned books into a spreadsheet will help me figure out some of these buzzwords. So they all go together. Reading, books, spreadsheets, numbers. It's just perfect. Okay, moving on to goal number 7. This is a more fluff goal, really. It's just to see if I can do it, is the A to Z challenge. I did it unofficially kind of this year. I had it in my reading journal. I'll give you a little sneak peek of it because I will do a flip through of my reading journal in the new year, but I just kind of threw it in there last minute. It's even before the 2022 pages start. But I would like to read a book that starts with every letter of the alphabet. And it's like this month I did try to find a J to complete the whole challenge, but it's not even like I try. I just, when I finish a book, I put it in one of the letters, and I was able to get 23 of the 26 letters easily throughout the year without actually trying. So that is just a fun goal to see if I can try to get all of the letters of the alphabet represented in my reading. Kind of fun. Okay, and then the last 2 I added very just on a whim. Goal number 8. Wow, I have a lot of goals. That's okay. It's fun. Is to complete the Book of the Month challenge. I am a Book of the Month I am a Book of the Month subscriber, and their little challenges are always fun to do and try to see if I can do by the end of the year. And I would love to, again, read to 0, read my Book of the Months, so those would count toward the Book of the Month challenges. I don't know when they announce those challenges because it's still currently 2022 and the 2022 challenges are showing in my app at least. And so I won't really know what those challenges are until the new year. One is always to read 12 Book of the Months, which is like reading one a month for the 12 months of the year. Duh. Okay. But the other ones, I mean, right now I think they have Debut Darling, which is to read 3 debut authors. And then what's the other one? A Page Pusher, read a book that's more than 400 pages. So they're a bit random, but all work with the books that have been picked for their subscription box. So that one will be fun. And then I recently filmed a These Books Will Self-Destruct video. And so I need to read those by, I think, November 23rd of 2023. I'll link the video up above where I give those 12 books. But that's a goal, to read those books, and they're on my physical TBR, so they'll help with my Read to 0 challenge. It's all working together, folks. So those are the goals I have for 2023. Do you set reading goals? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'd love to know what you do for your reading goals every year. It'd be fun to hear what you have, and if you can sway me to add any more goals to my reading plans for the new year. Like this video on your way out, consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.